Good morning, everyone. Like Christy said, I am Elizabeth Brown. I am a SLCC account executive at Regence Blue Cross Blue Shield of Utah. And today we're going to talk about MDLive telehealth. And I know we have a small group. I have about 17 slides. Feel free to ask questions as I go along, or if you want to wait until the end, we have plenty of time. So let me get started here. I'm not used to WebEx, so let me see if I can advance my slide. 1 second. Okay, so first off, we all know we wait in the doctor's office for quite some time, maybe not during the COVID time, but we call for an appointment and then we wait for that date. We drive to the doctor's office, we wait in line, we wait in the large waiting room and then the little one. I don't know if you've seen Friends where they talk about the large waiting room and the small waiting room. And then you see the doctor and then you drive to the pharmacy. So we do spend a lot of time going to our appointments. So that's why we want to talk about telehealth, which is a great option, especially during a pandemic. Okay, so how much money do we spend on a sick day? These are just some average costs. A primary care doctor visit is about $140. Depending on if it's a specialist, it could be even higher than that, depending on how long time you spend with the doctor. They can bill for, 5 minutes, 10, 15. And we all know urgent cares cost more money because they're open on weekends and evenings. And emergency room, you're not walking into the emergency room without thousands of dollars. So we do spend a lot of time on a sick day. So that's why we wanted to highlight MDLive, which is part of your medical benefits through Regence. And it's a great option for you if you don't want to go to a doctor's office or urgent care. So you're saving time and money with MDLive. We're going to go through the costs also. So feel free to ask questions. And where can you use it? We're probably not traveling as much as we used to, but just to give you a heads up, you can use it in most states. If you're traveling, it's a good option. So this gives you the only one, this gives you the whole map of the United States. And the only one that is not available is Arkansas. And Texas is limited to phone. Other than that, you can pretty much use MDLive wherever you travel in the United States. So question, what does it cost? So if you not on the high deductible health plan, it's just a $10 copay. If you're on the high deductible health plan, you have to meet your deductible before you pay the $10. So you actually have to pay for the whole visit. And for a medical visit, not mental health visit, it's $42. So the $42 is something that you have to pay up front, and it will go towards your out of pocket. And then once you met your deductible, you pay the $10. So what do you get when you use MDLive? So you can speak to a doctor 24/7, 365 days. You choose from a doctor from the nation's largest telehealth network. So this is not Regence network. MDLive have their own network, but you're picking from a very large network. They can prescribe medicine, so your prescription will be sent instantly to the pharmacy of your choice. You can use the same pharmacy. You have customer support. If you have any issues with the app or your medical records, you have a 24/7 customer support. You have private and secure appointments, and you can talk to people, and everything is secure either on the website or the app. So what do they treat? Well, it is not for life and death. It's not for emergency medical conditions. But here is just a samples of what they treat. But they do have other symptoms that they treat, and they do have pediatric care. So if you do have kids, That's an option too, but anything from acne to urinary tract infections. Definitely not for emergency, but here's a list of some conditions that they treat. I actually have a coworker who used it, and she have twins. I think they're about 5 years old, and they had pink eye. And so she set up an appointment for one of the girls, and the doctor came on like in a few minutes. She had a video conference. She showed the eyes. He called in a prescription. And of course, her twin sister got it. And then she waited a couple of minutes and she got on, like, I think it was 6 minutes. And again, the doctor looked at it and gave another prescription. So. Okay, so whatever is best for you. Some people are not comfortable doing a video. You can call MDLive, you can talk to a specialist, and then they kind of triage the call and then get you with an MDLive doctor. Or you can do the video, especially if you have something like a rash or pink eye, it might be good to do the video. Then you can do the website or the app, and you will pick an MDLive doctor, and then you go online and do the video. So either or, they can take both, except for, like I showed you, in one state it's only video. Okay, so you do have to register because it brings in the benefits, the $10 copay. And if you're on the high deductible health plan, you have to pay the $42. So you have to register, and I do recommend registering now when you're healthy, so everything is set up so you don't have to wait and get it all done when you're sick. You can register on the website, and then once you register, download the app. It's really easy. Just go to the App Store. If you go to regence.com, on the dashboard when you log in, there is a link to MDLive. Or later on, I have a website. You can just click on and register. I'm going to pause for a minute and ask if there's any questions so far.
Elizabeth, I have a question in regards to the doctor's certification. So we're in Utah, obviously. A doctor in, and I assume maybe we would get a Utah doctor, or if we would end up with a Michigan doctor who can prescribe here. What are the credentialing requirements?
That's a good question. I actually have a slide, so if you wait a couple of slides, I'll go through the credentialing. But you could get doctors in other states, but they can still prescribe and send it to your local pharmacy. But I will go through the credentialing a little later.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question. So on the mobile app, which I'm sure it's probably the easiest way for everyone, MDLive has been doing video consultations since 2008. They're one of the biggest telehealth providers in the United States. They do use 3 out of 4 top devices. If you have an iPhone or Android or Windows Mobile, you can download the app. You can schedule appointments, you can complete medical history, you can send a secure message. They do have a symptom checker, and then you have access to an MDLive Assist if you have any questions. Like I said, prescription is sent instantly to your preferred pharmacy, and you can do phone or video. Okay, now to the providers. So they have state licensed, board certified, and credentialed physicians. They average of 15 years of experience. They have more than 800 physicians, and they do have specialties. So if you have a child, they would do a pediatric doctor. They have family medicine, ER physicians. They do adhere to the same quality standards as a regular doctor, and they actually they have specialized training in communicating over the phone or video in a website manner, not a bedside manner. It's a website manner. So these are just like any other doctors that you go in to see. They're high qualified doctors, and you can ask to see a pediatric or a family medicine. You can also, like I said, mental health is also available. You can see a psychologist or psychiatrist. Just remember, it's not going to be a $42 visit charge. It's going to be higher than that. I believe it's like around $80. So the $42 only for medical, but you do have access to mental health providers as well. Did that answer your question, Carol?
It did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Okay, so after your appointment, you receive discharge instructions just like any other portal. Like if you go to the University of Utah, IC has their own portal. You get the same discharge instructions, and your personal health record you get updated with the consultation information. You can also add your medical record or medical history so the doctor can see, and it's a little easier to diagnose. And everything is in the app or the website once you log in. Okay, so like I said earlier, if you go to regence.com and log in on the dashboard, there is a link to MDLive. If not, right below here is the website, mdlive.com/regence-ut. And it's right on the first page. You click activate, have your ID number ready, and then register, put everything that you can so it's ready to go when you need to use it. And then once you registered, download the app, log in, so it's ready to use. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Okay, so this is just a summary of what I said earlier. MDLive Telehealth is part of your medical plan. Video call or regular call consultations with board certified doctors or therapists. These are for non-urgent medical and behavioral health, not for emergency visits or emergency issues. Available 24/7, 365 days in all 50 states. And here, again, here's the cost. As you can see, it's a lot cheaper. So if you have a medical condition and if it can be treated through MDLive, if it's not emergency, if you don't want to go in, MDLive is going to be a great option. It's $42 for a medical visit, $10 if you're on the general plan. And I know we're talking about telehealth, but I wanted to bring this slide in regarding COVID resources on regence.com. I'm not sure if you looked at regence.com, but we do have a lot of resources for COVID. If you have any questions, there is a symptom checker. Your telehealth is going to be available on regence.com, MDLive. You do also have access to what we call Regence Telehealth. And that is if your primary care doctor, or if it's a specialist, if they offer telehealth, like I go to Family Footed Clinic, if they offer telehealth and they bill us, it will be covered under the $10 copay or the $42. So you have access to MDLive, which is a vendor that we use, but you also have access to Regence Telehealth, which is our providers, just part of the network that you're on. And if they offer telehealth, not all clinics offer telehealth, but if they do, it will be treated, it will be processed just like the MDLive visits. Any questions on this slide? There's also a lot of mental health support, emotional support, since we're going through a hard time in the pandemic. So if you have a moment, maybe it's slower at work, just take a look at regence.com and see all the resources they have available to you. Maybe set up MDLive, since, even if you're healthy, in case you get sick. Just take a look at all the resources that we have available. There is a ton of information on regence.com. Once you log in, it's secure. and everything is personal health information once you log in, where you can see your claims, your benefits, how much you met towards your deductible, but you can also see a lot of information without logging in. Well, that's pretty much all I had. Do we have any questions? Any comments? It was quicker than I thought.
Yeah, thank you very much, Elizabeth, for presenting today. I know it's a great resource. I've used it several times myself, especially when you're sick and you don't want to go out to places. It's a great resource. You can just stay home and do it while you're sick.
I know, you can be on your couch in your pajamas and just video chat with a doctor and get it done. Yeah, it's a great option.
Yes, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I'm going to stop the recording.